Fala galera do UFC Fight, Diego Ribas, direto de Las Vegas. Olha a surpresa, PAIGE VANZANT. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm I'm awesome. Thank you for your time, by the way. PAIGE VANZANT, let's go. You're gonna fight Power Slap. For how long was this conversation, the negotiation about it?
Honestly, the negotiation, the narrative behind it all, it was really fast. I kind of got the call saying, "Hey, are you interested? Would you ever do Power Slap?" And for me, I was like, "Hell yeah, any day." So the contract came, and now I'm in Vegas.
Okay, a lot of fans were. I was surprised when I saw the announcement. You said was fast, was easy to negotiate, right? But how was your mind like Power Slap? Because you have never done that before, even though you are a fighter. But how different is that for you?
I mean, I'm coming from boxing. I did BKFC, bare knuckle boxing. So, really, in comparison to doing a bare knuckle boxing match, this doesn't seem as extreme to me. It seems exciting. It's just another competition. And for me, I just like to compete. And it made sense perfectly because I'm preparing for another boxing match at the end of the year. So, I have the perfect opportunity to stay in shape, stay training, and do something pretty badass.
Are you gonna do a rematch with Brooke
Yes.
for the title, Misfit Boxing for the title, right?
Yes, correct. There's no set date as of now, but rumor has it it's the end of the year.
So your plan is keep your boxing career.
Absolutely, yeah. I plan on being competitive in everything. I mean, I just turned 30. I'm still young. I have a lot of years of competition ahead of me. Uh, Power slap just kind of fit in the lines of being ultimately tough, and I think that's where they're shining. It's the tough of the tough. Not everybody can do that, and I know from the majority of my career and my fights that I am tough as hell, and that's why I think I'll fit in right at home.
And how do you prepare yourself? Are you doing something different training for that?
There is. So you can only prepare so much. I feel like it's similar to BKFC. You can't go into training and hit your opponents with bare fist. You can't get hit with a bare fist every single day. So there was nuances to the technique, to the training that I needed to just adapt to. A big portion of power slap is not getting disqualified. So it's just getting the body mechanics down and then training to be as athletic as possible.
Do you think we're gonna have time enough to learn all the techniques?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, coming from a combat sports background and being an athlete, you kind of pick things up relatively quickly.
Makes sense, of course. As you can see, I'm not an athlete. At least not yet. But the reason of this video is actually to introduce Power Slap and all the rules. Do you mind to explain me like the basic rules for the sport?
Yeah, there's certain nuances. So when you go to slap somebody, one, when you're taking a hit, you can't flinch. You have to be fully prepared to absorb the slap. There is the difference between like punching somebody, you can twist with your hips and do rotation with your feet. This, you want to try to keep your feet and your heels planted.
Okay.
The placement of the shot on the chin, there's just like some minute details that you just kind of adapt to, but really they're very, very small. And once you get the technique down, it's a pretty easy transition.
Can you show me how you're gonna? Don't slap me, please. Just show the technique, like the
For
movement.
that, you got to tune in and watch Friday night.
Just can you show me just the
A
distance?
little bit. I mean, the
No, don't
distance
slap
from the
me.
podium, it's about right here.
I guess.
And then you stand there and you take a slap.
And you
you
gotta
give
say
one.
2 or 3, right?
Yeah, you choose. So you choose if you're going to be slapping with your left or your right hand, and then you choose
Right.
if you want to hit on 1, 2, or 3. So you get to go in, line up, and then move in with whichever shot you choose to hit on.
Olha só, pessoal, eu sei que esse vídeo tá muito bom, mas antes de você assistir ele até o final, eu peço, por favor, que você preste muita atenção no meu recado. A Spaten chegou com tudo no mercado brasileiro e é a mais nova parceira da AG Fight. Se você acompanha o noticiário do mundo das lutas, você sabe que a ligação entre a Spaten e os esportes de combate é cada vez maior. Portanto, chegou a nossa vez. É só entrar no Zé Delivery, conferir as promoções do dia e garantir a sua Spaten. E não esqueça de verificar a disponibilidade na sua região. Esse é o estilo Spaten de ser forte.
And as a fighter, you're not just practicing for your whole career, punching, but defending.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to defend, right?
No, so you don't defend. Like boxing, MMA fighting, it's hit, don't get hit. This is hit, get ready to get hit, which I feel like looking back on my fights, I've been hit a lot by some very, very tough people. I've said it before, the hardest I've ever been hit was by Rose Namajunas in our fight, and I know if I can get hit by her, then I can take a slap.
Who's your opponent?
Her name's Christine, and she has competed for power slap in the past as well.
Perfect. What's the weight division?
135. So I didn't think it was conducive to try to cut weight, especially water weight for this. The impact is 100% on the head. So I wanted to walk in on weight.
Let me ask you something. I've heard, I don't know if it's true, like if you blink, if you close your eyes and you don't see the point, that's the worst scenario because you gotta see the hand so your body can somehow defend. Is that true?
Absolutely. I think for me, it makes sense because in fighting, it's the punch that you don't see coming that puts you out. In this, you want to be your body to be able to prepare for impact. I think there's like all sorts of body mechanics. Like there's a reason you have eyelashes to keep things out of your eyes. Your body naturally reacts to the elements around, and you want to be able to see and let your body prepare for the punch coming.
Okay, so
If you
you're not
want,
gonna blink.
I'm sure there you could blink, but no, you definitely don't want to keep your eyes closed and just brace for the hit.
That's the most important thing. Don't blink. So, is it possible that maybe you're gonna see in more power slap in the future, or just once in a lifetime?
Oh no, absolutely. I think there's a really good relationship between me and Power Slap and Dana, and it's. I feel like it's just. I feel like this is where I belong, and I'm really happy to be underneath the UFC umbrella again.
MMA, power slap, bare knuckle, boxing. What else do you want to do? You're just 30,
Well,
29.
I'm 30. Forgot pro wrestling. I did that. I made
Oh, AEW, right?
AEW. Who knows? You know, I feel like I have the perfect mix of athletic competitions under my resume or under my belt right now, competing in both boxing and in Power Slap. Of course, who knows the future? I just do whatever I think that I'm going to be successful at and what I'm going to love. At the end of the day, I just want to enjoy my career.
And you fought Ty Conte, Brazilian, at AEW, if I'm not mistaken.
I did.
Ty Mello.
Tie, yeah, and it was a tag team match.
So for MMA and boxing, you're gonna keep 125 whenever you fight.
Yeah, oh yeah. For MMA, for boxing, for all other sports, I think 125 is the perfect weight class. But just for this, I definitely didn't want to go into it dehydrated. It's an entirely different competition, and cutting weight for this just didn't seem conducive. So I think it makes sense for me to just be walk on weight, be hydrated, and be fully prepared to absorb a slap and give one.
Are you still training MMA? You grappling?
I am, yeah. I trained in American Top Team, so they're my home. They're who's training me for Power Slap. They're training me for boxing. American Top Team will be my home for a long, long time. So who knows what the future holds.
Paige Vanzant, a box of surprise. Um, as I told you, in Brazil, Power Slap is not that famous yet. So would you mind to invite our fans to watch the match and why they should watch Power Slap this Friday?
Absolutely. Everybody in Brazil, I love you guys. I hope you tune in this Friday to watch me in my first ever Power Slap competition. And I hope Power Slap makes its way to Brazil. We all know the Brazilian fans are the best.
We don't have any Brazilians so far in Power Slap. Maybe that's why.
Oh, absolutely. We need to get some diversity and bring some Brazilian fans because they bring some heat.
Do you want to slap any Brazilian there?
No, no, no. I'm all love. I am all love. I'll fight whoever anybody puts in front of me.
I have a lot of Brazilian friends at ATT, right?
Yes, I do. My head coach Bahumpa, everybody. My head coach from American Top Team in Portland, Fabiano. I have an incredible roster of coaches and teammates and friends.
Thank you very much, Paige.
Thank you.